Okay, guys, we are live. It is Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. Huge game on Sunday against United, but we're going to chat about other things. We can chat about whatever we want. FSG, big summer for FSG, of course. Huge summer for FSG. I've been saying it for months. It's even bigger now, and we will need a few players. We need reinforcements. We need investment this summer, big time. Not just Mickey Mouse backroom players. We need proper players. Kanate looks like it's a done deal, the centre half. We shall watch this space. It looks like it's a done deal. It's only a matter of signing on the dotted line in June. But what do we need, guys? Put it in the comments. Centre half, centre midfielder, attacking midfielder, a winger, a striker. Definitely need a number 9. That's needed badly. We just can't score goals at the moment. We just cannot score goals at the moment. We definitely need a number 9 striker. I know Pastandaka from Salzburg, RB Salzburg, has been mentioned, but I don't know whether he's good enough for Liverpool. We shall see. You'd get him a lot cheaper than you would the likes of Haaland or even Sancho and players like that, but we shall see. John Moore in the house. How are you, John? Hopefully you are well. I'm great. I'm great, my friend. Wednesday, I haven't been on since Saturday, since that terrible 1-1 draw against Newcastle. Jeez, it put me down in the dumps. That 1-1. Oh my God. Oh, with so many chances in that game. Oh, it was just terrible result for Liverpool. It really was. We just didn't do enough to win it. You have to take your chances. You have to take your chances, guys, to win games. 1-0 is never enough for Liverpool, especially with that back line and the high line we play. It's never going to be enough. We'll give away chances. That's the problem with Liverpool. We will give away chances. So 1-0 is never enough. We need at least 2 goals. PSG are playing at the moment, kicking off against Man City. Bitcoin City against the Visa card boys. So that'll be interesting to see. Both of them haven't won the Champions League. So neither of them have won it. So both of them have a good chance of winning it this season, it has to be said. Chelsea drew 1-1 with Madrid last night. Probably should have won the game, but that was a good result for Chelsea. But as I say, big game the weekend. I'm going to do more podcasts on the United game, so I'm not going to tip onto it tonight. But really, I'm going to talk about FSG, probably talk about transfers and stuff like that. More than probably talk about the United game, because I'll probably do a podcast either tomorrow or Friday night about the United-Liverpool game on Sunday, of course. Not watching the game, I'll watch the second half. I'll come on here for about a half an hour just to say hello and that I'm still here, still alive, because I haven't went live now since Saturday. Saturday was the last time. I was so disappointed with that result on Saturday. The 1-1 against Newcastle. Absolutely terrible result. Seamus Moore, good evening. Absolutely, Seamus. Great to be here. Eamon Kelly. As I say, Eamon, probably watch the second half. Doesn't really bother me, to be fair. Really. FSG, here we go. John Moore, straight in. Get your comments in. Hit the like button, guys. FSG will go big in the summer. Try buy back the fans. But for me, no player will ever make what they did acceptable, says John. No, neither for the 6 clubs involved, of course, in the Premier League will it make it acceptable. But we do need player investment. We do need players to come in. First team players. None of this Ben Davies type of stuff, We want to see the players. We want to see them on the pitch. We want to see them as starting 11 type players. The likes of Alisson when we brought him in. The likes of Van Dijk when we brought him in. Those type players. And we definitely got to split up the front 3. I mean, Jota has done it to an extent, of course. But, just Mane has just dropped off a cliff. His form has just dropped and it's killed us. It has killed us. Chances we had the weekend. I mean, if that's not crying out for a striker, I don't know what is. So that, for me, is the big one. We need a striker, a number 9 at the club, big time. And all our money, most of our money should go into it, because we'll have all the other defense. We'll have Van Dijk back, hopefully. We'll have Matip, I think is actually close to coming back. He's back in full training. And Gomez will be back. Kabak looks like they'll sign him. To be fair, 21-year-old Turkish international for 18 million or whatever the release clause. I'd be surprised if they don't do a Kabak deal. And of course, Kanate coming in, which looks like a done deal. But it's really that attacking. Gini will line him if he goes to Barca or Inter maybe. How will you replace him? Will Jones come into the team more? I mean, what will we do? Is it too early for Harvey Elliott to come back? I think so. I think he'll go out on loan for another year at least. And what a season he's having for Blackburn. Top player. Just keeps his head on his shoulders. He is going to be a top player for Liverpool for years to come. What is he? 18? Is he even 18? I think he's just gone 18. What a player, Harvey Elliott. But I'd leave him at Blackburn for another season. He's getting great experience down there. Scoring goals, making goals. Absolutely brilliant. Seamus Moore's not happy with FSG either. No matter how much money FSG throws the club, they cannot be trusted now. Who could be? Can anybody be trusted? That's the problem in football. How can you trust anybody? How can you trust any owners? For God's sake, let's be realistic about it. How can you trust? They're businessmen at the end of the day. You know, let's be real. I know there was a 3 billion or close to 3 billion bid apparently turned down. This was a few weeks ago, by the way. This wasn't last week. This was a few weeks ago before the Super Six or the European Super League was announced. It was about a month or two ago, and they turned down a 2.9 billion or something from some Saudi. I think it was the Saudi royal family. I remember the Saudi royal family. But I mean, do you want to be owned by a Saudi royal? Do you want to be owned by sheikhs? Do you want to be owned by oil money guys? We've been slagging City for 10 years. We've been slagging City since Sheikh Mansour came in and spent his billions on City with oil money, and you want the same. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I mean, my God, it's crazy stuff. Crazy. 46 million loss. We won't be spending big this summer, methinks, says Eamon. I think we got to spend something, Eamon. We've got to spend money. 46 million. Every club has lost money in the COVID, the coronavirus. No fans. Every club. Some clubs have done a lot worse. I mean, Barcelona are over $1 billion in debt. Madrid are in big debt as well. A lot of the Italian clubs are in trouble. You know, we're okay. We're okay. The question is, will we sell one of the big three to bring in a player, to bring in a striker? The likes of Firmino is a luxury player, really. I mean, where can he go? Where could he? What team could fit? Maybe Barcelona, maybe Madrid, Barca, maybe suit him better. I mean, Mane's form has dropped, but I think Mane's too good to let his form drop permanently. I think he'll be back. He just needs a rest. I think Mane needs a rest, a few weeks off, and he'll be ready to rock for next season. Salah keeps scoring goals. It'd be crazy to get rid of him. Crazy. I mean, is he only the second Liverpool player in recent times to score 20 plus goals in a season in a row in 3 years in a row? I think Ian Rush did it 4 years in a row, something like that. But I mean, he's been unbelievable, and he could have had more. To be fair, Salah could nearly have twice the amount of goals if he would have finished them. If he would have finished some of the chances, you know. The main thing for me, Liverpool, is we're getting chances, we're making chances. That's a good sign. Let's be fair. If they weren't making chances, if they weren't, you know, having any real work in the keeper or just wide or hitting the post, I'd be more worried than making chances. It's just the defence just isn't right. It isn't there. There's no cohesion. I mean, United the weekend's going to be a test for the back four, isn't it? Ravi is in the house. How are you, Ravi? Liverpool, we need to invest in our squad if we want to win big, says Ravi. Well, look at Chelsea. I mean, they're not far away. Another player or two there, maybe a striker for them. Everyone's looking for a striker, so we're going to be in a big market this summer because everybody wants a striker, basically. I mean, City be there anyway. It'll even be probably better next season. Chelsea be better next season. Can Arsenal and Spurs be any worse? They have to be better than what they were this season. So the likes of Everton and Leicester City, there's all these teams fighting, looking to get in to the famous six, top four. Top four looks beyond us. It's still possible. I think we've got to win all our games. You've got to beat United at Old Trafford on Sunday for a start. That nothing but a win there, does it? So it is going to be, unbelievable, and I cannot wait. St. Dubs Hogan, yep. Hope you guys are all good. As I say, I'm going to do a pod tomorrow, maybe Friday as well, for the United game. A few pods for the United game, because such a big game. The rivalry, just the way it is, United-Liverpool, even though, I mean, United probably have second place wrapped up, although Leicester are just behind them and fighting really well. Leicester have had a great season in the FA Cup final as well. They've had a really, really good season. Absolutely brilliant. But still a big game, no matter what way you look at it. Liverpool United, I do not want to lose against them. I do not want to lose against United. It's a bank holiday weekend this weekend as well. It's a half-2 kick-off Sunday. It's an unusual time. We'll be looking at 45 million for Bobby, says Eamon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you'd get from him. I don't know. The market is so strange now. People haven't got the money that they had 2 seasons ago. You know, it's a different market now. We need squad. What's Seamus saying? We need squad depth, better quality coming off the bench or injury cover. We need starting players. We need 2 or 3 starting players in key positions. I don't like just squad depth. Squad depth. You bring them in. The likes of Shaqiri never plays. Simicus never plays. Ben Davies, where is he? He's in the basement. Never plays. They're squad depth, but they never play. They're just there. You know, so we need players that can come in and start in big games. Maybe Kanate, you could say, right. Maybe him and VVD going forward. Nice. You have Gomez there in the background, Quebec, 2 young centre halves. You know, nice. You'd also have Phillips if he doesn't go out on loan. Midfield, we looks like Genie's gone, but we need attacking midfield. Or someone that can go buy a player or 2 with a bit of pace and a bit of youth. That's what we need, and we need a striker. Someone can put the ball in the bloody net, guys. Helen Raybold is in, as usual. How are you, Helen? Hope you were well. Absolutely. What you make of the talk about Celtic forward? Edward, I don't think he's good enough, John. I've heard talk about Ollie Watkins as well, off Villa. He looks decent, but is he good enough to start for Liverpool? Is he good enough to start next season for Liverpool? I don't know. Question marks, of course. Paston Daka has a lot of potential as well. St. Dubs Hogan. Is that Stephen Hogan, I wonder, or is it Alex or Jake Hogan? Is it one of those Hogans? Give me a thumbs up if it is. Big United fans, of course. Can't wait for FSG excuses. Come August, if they don't harp on about the COVID loss, it will be no Champions League money. North Red, well, Champions League looks a distant memory, really, doesn't it? I mean, as I say, even if we win our 5 games, there's no guarantee we're going to get it, really, is it? There's no guarantee. That Europa League is the nightmare scenario for me. I absolutely hate that Europa League. I absolutely, with a passion, hate it. I'd rather finish 10th. I'd rather finish 10th than finish in that Europa League. Edward is awful at what I saw of him, says North Red. I haven't seen much of Celtic anyway, but they haven't had a good season, have they? My God. Alex, how are you, Ali? Hope you're well, my friend. Liverpool United weekend, baby. It's going to be a tough one for Liverpool. Although United play Roma, sandwiched in between the Roma semis in the Europa League, home and away. So they might have an eye on the Roma game, but they definitely will have an eye on Liverpool as well, just because who it is, I suppose. The rivalry and the big game. Ali is in the house. Think if Origi goes other way, he'd make good backup. Well, Origi's got to go, guys. I mean, Origi, Shaqiri's talk about Shaqiri going, Origi going. Even Matip, I seen talk about Matip going tonight, which is another possibility. And Oxlade-Chamberlain. There's 4 straight away, you would say, could go. Bang, they're gone. Phillips maybe out on loan. Keep Quebec. Bring Kanate in. You've Kanate, Phillips, Gomez, hopefully Van Dijk back somewhere near what he was when he went away. But it's the midfield. Genie leaves for either Barca or Inter. I think young Harvey Elliott, who's been brilliant for Blackburn, of course, will go out on loan for another year. Stay at Blackburn for another year because he is learning his trade big time. I think we're leading the horse to drink, but the horse doesn't want it. Oh my God, absolutely, Helen. Yeah, I mean that game on Saturday. Wow, you could see what was going to happen. All the chances. First half, brilliant, pretty good. All the control, all the chances. Should have been 2 or 3 at half time. It was only 1-0. Great goal from Salah. And then second half, just total drop off. Even though we had chances second half, but the tempo, the control of the game was lost. It's like our season. With a good start to the season, second half has just collapsed. That game was a manifestation of the season, basically. John Downey, how are you, John? Hopefully you are well, safe and well in these crazy, crazy times. To be honest, we don't get top four. I just want to reset. I just want to forget about this season being a disaster. Absolute disaster. It's not done yet, but it's going to be tough to get top four, guys. It really is. Origi has to go, released if no one wants him. I have to get some money for him. I mean, what's Origi work in the open market? 20 million? I don't know. We should have sold him after the Champions League. That's when his price was right. When his price would have been the big money in summer of 2019. He just scored the goal that clinched it, the 2-0 against Spurs. He was all over the news. That was his legendary day for Liverpool, basically, although he got the goals against Barca in the semi, but that was to leave as a Liverpool legend, to be fair, and would have got the money for him, but I don't know. I just don't know. If Genie leaves, we need a quality replacement. Can Curtis fill that role, says Seamus. That's the question. That he's back from injury anyway. I think he's back training, so we should be okay for Sunday against United, but it's about quality players. It's not strength and depth. I mean, you look at City. Look at City. Here's the team we have to catch. The players on the bench the other day. I mean, Jesus on the bench. Aguero on the bench. I mean, that's just unbelievable. We have to win our last five, our slim chance at top four. Or we have to win our last five, Eamon, there's no chance. We've a slim chance as it is. It's fingernails. PSG are winning 1-0. Eamon Kelly says PSG are winning 1-0. Who scored? Probably Neymar, was it? That'll be a close game over two legs, I think. PSG and City. He's not going to be a bench warmer to clubs unless he drops down in the first division tank and tries to ply his trade, says Helen. Keita is going to be Genie's replacement, says Helen. He's good enough, Helen. We know he's good enough, Naby lad, but he's injury prone. There's no way I'm even going to get 10 games in a row, 6-7 games in a row out of Naby. He's just plagued with injuries, like Oxlade-Chamberlain. I just cannot see it. I just can't see it. I'd love to see it, Naby lad. I've always rated him, really. We signed him big money. He was nearly 60 million at the time from RB Leipzig, but he just hasn't done it. He's done it in a few games, handful of games. Not consistent, and just injuries have killed him. Nothing more do I want for Naby to succeed and become the player I think everybody thinks he can be next season. Absolutely. Nice of the Premier League to give United another day off. It wasn't that long ago we were expected to play two different teams in two different competitions. The Prem doesn't usually upset their golden boys, says Northred. Yeah, they were. I think the game was Saturday originally. Yeah, that's right. It got moved to Sunday lunchtime. Well, 2:30, I think, Sunday. It's an unusual time, 2:30 on Sunday, because of course United play Roma tomorrow night in the Europa Mickey Mouse Cup. It's still a Mickey Mouse. I just hate the bloody cup. I absolutely hate it. Mark Forrest in the house. How are you, Marco? Hopefully you're well. Absolutely. Mark Quinos scored. Probably a header. Wow, it doesn't matter who scored, I suppose. They're winning 1-0. PSG are beating City 1-0. Cedric Lopez in the house. How are you, bro? Hopefully you're well. It's just a little half-hour, 20-minute stream just to come on and basically warm up for the big one on Sunday, of course. Just a little chat about transfers and FSG and what you think going forward. There's only five games left. We got to win the 5. United won't be easy, even though they've the one eye on the Roma game. Just their attack is going to cause us problems, and our attack hasn't been clicking. So it's not going to be easy. I watched Keita play for Leipzig. He isn't good enough. I watched him play for Leipzig and I thought he was brilliant. Because the season we signed him, he couldn't play for Liverpool because he was on loan at Leipzig for 1 year, remember? And I thought he was brilliant. Yeah, no, I thought he was one of our best players. I think he's got it. He's got everything. It's just injuries. He comes onto the pitch. I mean, he probably plays PlayStation at home and gets injured. Plays football, PlayStation. Injures his thumb or something. That's how injury prone he is. So I just don't know. I just don't know it, Naby. We have treated Kelleher badly. Yeah, I mean, Allison hasn't been top form. I know he's been injured, and of course his dad passed away earlier in the year, which doesn't help. But his form hasn't been, top 3, 4 goalkeeper in the world form, has it? I mean, it's been more like a 6 out of 10 than a 7 or 8 out of 10, which is what you need. Now, he doesn't have the defenders in front of him that he'd probably like, which means he has to do a lot more. Maybe that's something to do with it. But his form certainly was a bit of a worry, going forward. But it's gonna be an absolutely interesting summer, guys. Who would you like in? Give me 3 players you want in. If you could a wish list, don't mention Mbappe. I can't see Mbappe. I really can't, or even Haaland. Lalu Patau in the house. Lalu, how are you? Hopefully you're well, my friend. Long time no see. Who would you like? Well, Kanate is good. He's got everything. What is he? Another 6'4", 6'5" centre half. Plenty of pace, experience, Champions League experience. Him and Van Dijk could become a really good partnership. Who do you want in the middle? That guy Or from Lyon, maybe. Do you want a big name up front? Do you want a striker? Would you settle for an Ollie Watkins or a Paston Daka, or do you want a Haaland, or do you want someone like that? Would you even go for Aguero? Can't see Aguero's wages and age, unfortunately, are against him. But would you rather win the last 5 and end up in Europa, or lose a few games and just go for the league? Absolutely, John. You know my take on the Europa League. I absolutely hate the Europa League. It's a banter league. I'm afraid. It is a banter league. It's a horrible league. Thursday night football ruins your weekends for football. You're always playing a Sunday or a Monday. You're playing on a Thursday. You're playing in Kyrgyzstan or wherever. It's just an absolute nightmare. Now, United have done unbelievable. They have a deeper squad than us to get to the semis. I think United will win it, to be fair. And they're second in the league. So United have done really, really much, much better than I would have thought, even up to Christmas. I thought they would have struggled for top 4 and that Europa League would have hindered them. But they've actually done well. It's a lot better than I was hoping for, to be fair. But I don't want to get into it. I'd rather finish outside it. I really would. I really, really would. I'm sure Klopp would too. It's a horrible cup. It's only good if you win it. So many games you play. It's like a league. It's a bloody league. It's an actual mini league. I like Grealish. He will be too expensive, says Cedric. Yeah, he's come on, Grealish. He really has. He's come on. I can't see FSG going for Grealish. I can't even see Klopp going for Grealish. As Seamus Moore says, someone like Tillemans at Leicester, but Leicester flying high. Are they going to sell any of their players? Are that guy off Basuma, is his name? Off Brighton. He looks a proper player in midfield, doesn't he? Basuma. He looks a proper player. Someone like him is a possibility. We need Genie replacement. Well, that's what we're talking about. Who would you bring in? I mean, Phil Jones is ready-made, but I don't know. I like Tillemans at Leicester as Genie replacement, but that would never happen. I can't see Leicester selling them. They're having an unbelievable season. They're absolute. They're fighting for second. They actually have a chance of going second. They've an outside chance of second. They certainly have a chance of top 4. FA Cup final. Wow, they're having a great season. My mate Lee Chappie is a happy chappie. Dave, are you FSG out? A lot of fans are turning a blind eye now with Super League debacle. No, I'm not FSG out, actually. I never was FSG out. I've told you before, guys, be careful what you wish for. Certainly don't be wishing for an oil barons like Manchester City, who are the guys who put the 3 billion bid in. I've seen everybody saying, go for it. What are you talking about? No, you don't go for it. I mean, that is just, we've been slagging City for years about oil barons. And I mean, Saudi oil barons. Absolutely not. No chance. Better the devil, No. But FSG will have to put their hand in their pocket this summer. It's no use complaining about 46 million lost through COVID and stuff. They're going to have to bring in a few players. And even more so now, because they've dirtied their bib. FSG out now. They dragged this club up. 10 years ago, we were going, we were in trouble. 10 years ago, we were gone. We were gone 10 years ago. They've built it up slowly. They've made the ground and all around the ground pretty nice if anybody's been there recently. There's the expansions possibly for the Anfield Road end. Now, everybody's not happy about the players they sign. The big names, like, you know, only a few handful of clubs in the world can sign the likes of Mbappe and Haaland. But they made mistakes, big mistakes. I mean, the furlough, the ticket pricing mistakes, they were big mistakes. But the huge mistake with the Super League, but 6 other super joint clubs made that, 12 super joint clubs made that mistake. So I think they were afraid of being out of it. But they're businessmen. And to be honest, no, I'll give them another chance, actually. But I'll give them a chance this summer. And I want to see 2 or 3 players coming in. And I want us going strongly. Hopefully Van Dijk's back. That'll help in the summer. And go again. We need a rest and we go again. FSG out now would be a bad idea. Eventually they'll go. I don't know whether they'll stick around in the long term. They'll be here for a year or 2 at least anyway. There's no way they're going to go that quick. Do you think some of these players listed as Gini's replacements are overpriced? They will be overpriced when they come to Liverpool because they know we need a midfielder to replace him. So, you know what I mean? I've seen this guy today mentioned a few times. I can't pronounce his name. Nautis or Neuis at Gladbach. Is it Mönchengladbach? Has been mentioned. I think Doug from the Dugout Football Channel mentions his name a few times. German league, of course. I'm sure Klopp has his fingers in the German league. He knows all about it, so it's a possibility. I don't know. I mean, no one was signaling Jota when we signed him. Not many mentioned Jota. It was all Neto players like that, and all of a sudden Jota came in the back door. So it's only Coca-Cola tonight, guys. Only Coca-Cola tonight. I'm convinced we're going to get at least one really big signing this summer. I hope you're right, John. We need at least one, maybe 2 or 3. Absolutely. How about pushing Trent to midfield and getting a new right back like Pereira from Leicester City? Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, Trent's defending is just not there, is it? I mean, to be fair, even Robbo's dropped off badly. The drop off from the top-notch levels our team has been at in the last, say, 3 seasons up to this season, the drop off from being 7, 8, 9 every game to being 4 or 5, rarely even a 6 for all our top and our spine, that's killed us. That has killed us. Our forwards aren't taking the chances and we're vulnerable at the back. I mean, there's your recipe. There's your recipe for not winning games, basically, you know. I mean, that's it. We've been unlucky, but you've got to take your chances. You take your chances when you're on top. That's what you do. That wins you games. But that's a good one, Lalu. Yeah, I'm sure Klopp's thought about that one. A lot of players have been talking about Trent in midfield. A lot of players. Most players we want will be overpriced, I feel, as who we are. And we're in need of players, of course. It's a market, Mark. I mean, they're going to be overpriced, yeah. It's like you walk into a car dealership and you look for a specific type of car and they know you're looking for that car. You know, they're not going to give it you on the cheap, are they? Even Sancho's being mentioned, says Helen. I've seen that. He'd be big money, though. He'd be 100 million, wouldn't he? I don't know about Sancho. I really don't. We need a striker. We need someone. We need Lewandowski. That's what we need. Whether you get him or not, I don't know, but wow, someone like that. There's not many in the world. There's not many strikers there. Even a Vardy. Someone that can score a bloody goal with a bit of pace. A fox in the box, as they call him. A good one here from John Moore. Would you take Son from Spurs? Yeah, Son is a top player. So is Harry Kane a top player, but I think United are looking at Harry Kane. I take Harry Kane in a heartbeat. He'd score goals. That wins you games. That's it. And Van Dijk back. You'd have Van Dijk back at the back. You wouldn't be letting in as many goals. You wouldn't be making as many mistakes at the back. A Hendo in midfield, hopefully for next season as well. We've missed those 2 leaders. And then you'd have someone guaranteed a goal nearly every game with the likes of Salah. You know, but I can't. They'd be huge money, 100 million plus. That's the problem. I think a striker has to be a priority, says Seamus. I've been saying it for weeks. I've been saying it for weeks. I mean, if Kanate deal is done, which they're saying is done, if that deal is done, that sort of pretty much sorts out the defence with the likes of Gomez, Matip, and Van Dijk coming back hopefully in the summer. Then you're looking at the midfield. There could be a bit of a clear out there. The likes of Ok, Shaqiri, they're definitely, you would say, gone. Genie's going. What do you do? I mean, if Young Jones there, he can come in. Harvey Elliott, I think, will go out on loan again for another season. I'd be surprised. You never know, though. He might come back, fill in. He's got that X factor about him. He can go by a player, make a goal. But I think it's up front. It's up front. We need a striker. We need a number 9, guys. Because the drop-off is just too much up front. We could do a whole podcast and video on Mane's form. Lalu, drop-off Mane's form. So I've been saying it for weeks. Mane drop-off in form from being a regular 7, 8, 9 in almost every game the last 2 or 3 seasons. Like, even if he didn't score either to make a goal or his effort. But in the last month or two, I mean, some of his performances have been in 3s and 4s. That's like unheard of. Because even his work rate hadn't been there in some of the games. And he's given up. He's banging the grass. He's lying on the ground. He's moaning. He's falling. You know what I mean? Now, I know he had COVID, I think, early in the season. It could be a long COVID thing. I don't know. But I think he needs a rest. A big, big rest. Salah scores the hard ones, misses the easy ones, says Cedric. True. I mean, Salah could easily have 20, 30% more goals in his Liverpool career. Easily. Because he has scored some rippers, but missed some openers too. But he gets into position. That's why he keeps scoring. He gets there. I can't give out about Salah, to be fair. Just can't. His record speaks for itself, guys. But we would probably be in relegation zone without him. There you go, Cedric. We'd be in trouble if Salah got injured. Imagine Salah wasn't with us this season. Wow. Be fighting relegation. Well, I wouldn't say be fighting relegation, but be about 12th or 13th. No doubt about it. Mane and Bobby have dropped off. Salah is the only consistent scorer, says Helen. Yep, there you go. I mean, even Jota. Jota was on fire up until he got that little injury. Now, the injury, he was out for, 2 months? It must have been a worse injury. Hasn't looked quite right when he came back. But he's dangerous. He's got that danger about him. So I wouldn't be worried about Jota, but definitely worried about Mane and Bobby for next season. I mean, we have to look at next season now. We've only 5 games left. So that's the thing. Doug, the Dugout Football Channel. If you want to come in, Doug, if you don't, I know your granddad passed away recently. But if you feel like coming in for 10 minutes, give me a thumbs up. If you don't want to come in, it's okay, Doug. 123 goals and 199 appearances, I think. Something like that. It'd be nice, 124 goals and 200 appearances against United a weekend, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Liverpool over the years have always had a good number 9. Unfortunately, Bobby isn't that type of player, said Seamus. We've always had a good number 9, haven't we? Wow, some strikers we've had at that club. Wow. Who's your favourite striker to play for Liverpool? Who was your favourite striker? I mean, Fowler has to be up there. Suarez was unbelievable. I mean, we've been spoiled. We have been spoiled. Even Michael Owen on his day was, I know you don't like him and stuff, but if you've seen him play for Liverpool when he was good, wow. People giving Doug some love in the, his granddad passed away the other day, Doug in the Dugout Football Channel. Rest in peace. Ian Rush was unbelievable, Seamus. Yes, Ian Rush, wow, what a striker he was. John Aldridge was good, to be fair. Aldo was decent as well. We've had Kevin Keegan. I mean, we've had just unbelievable. That's what defines Liverpool. You have these strikers. Torres was unbelievable. Torres. I was nearly crying when we sold him to Chelsea. No problem, Doug. Stay safe, my friend. If you don't want to come in, there's no problem, Doug. There'll be plenty of podcasts between now and Sunday for the big one on Sunday against United, of course. But if you want to come in for 5 or 10, let me know. If you don't, no panic. But as I say, guys, it's FSG this summer's huge for what's happened in the last few weeks. But I just think from what's happened this season, never mind what's happened in the last few weeks, I think it was always going to be a big summer, big summer for FSG. Anyway, absolutely. That's a nice comment from John. Thinking of you and your family, Doug. Sorry for your losses, Helen. Yeah, absolutely. He's very close to his granddad. Get your comments in, guys. Not going to stay on much longer, but stay on for a little while. But it's just, as I say, I'm going to do a podcast maybe tomorrow night with Keith and a few others. Maybe Friday as well. Maybe even Saturday. It could be 3 coming in because it's the big game. It's our last big game, I suppose, of the season when you think about it. It's the last big game where, you know, certainly don't want to lose against them. You know, you never hear the end of it. The PSG City game is end-to-end stuff at the moment. Wow, we'll get the second half of that. 9 o'clock will be the second half. So we stay on for another about 5 or 10 minutes anyway. But can you see Mane on bench against the Manx and play Jota, Firmino, Salah? I'll go more into it tomorrow night and Friday night about the United game, to be fair, because we're a bit away from it. United play Roma tomorrow night. Anything could happen in that game. Injuries or... I'm sure Klopp will be watching the Roma game tomorrow night. It'll be a tough game for United, but just lurking, listening to this amazing stream. I wouldn't call it amazing. I'm actually tired, and I'm actually feeling a little bit down in the last few weeks the way Liverpool have. They just sapped the energy out of me. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when you go into work on a Monday after a bad result, it's like an old-fashioned thing, but you just don't go into work happy. I don't. You went to work, and a lot of United fans in my job as well, which makes it even worse. I know a few United boys, and they'd be texting you, you know. Oh my God! And I just want Liverpool. I want a performance on Sunday against United. I really do. Thanks for that, Marco. Missing a good game, though. He says, Alan Arkins. Al, hopefully you're well. Coventry City fan. A Coventry City fan in the house. Alan Arkins. Do you believe it or not? Coventry City. I'll get the second half. Is it still 1-0 to PSG? Still 1-0? Big up, Dav. Would you take Daniel Mallon from PSV? Very talented player. I actually don't know anything about him, Delwyn. Let me know a bit more about him. Is he a striker? Is he a midfielder? I don't even know this guy, Mallon from PSV. Will FSG sign a PSV player? It is possible. Helen coming in with all the nice stuff. I love Dave's stream. Jack Mack streaming and the Redmen TV streams. Wow. Of course, Jack Mack LFC comes on here an awful lot. And the Redmen TV, well, you can't go wrong there, can you? The Anfield Rap as well. Connor from the Cop Council. Doug, the Dugout Football Channel. There's so many. You're spoiled for choice, guys. There's absolutely so many good Liverpool channels at the moment. Too many. Can't watch United game. We'll do, but from behind the couch, being depressing to watch. Oh, Jesus Christ. All we need is a bad result to get a loss or something on Sunday, just to wrap this nightmare of a season up. That would really take the biscuit, wouldn't it? It's been a bad season already. It seems to be getting from bad to worse. Still 1-0 to PSG. If we can do anything, we have to beat United. Well, if we can do anything right, I'll tell you what, it would take a little bit of, it would put a little bit of shine, only a little bit of shine on the season if we beat United at the weekend. It wouldn't be much of a shine, but it would certainly give something back. And I am praying. Are you drowning your sorrows being a Liverpool fan? Try being a Coventry fan, says Al. No, thanks. Could Leicester catch the Manx for second? I think United will be too good. I think United will get second, to be fair. I think Leicester will run them close, but I think United will get second. And they'll probably win the Europa League. Dirk is in the house. How are you, my friend? Hopefully you're well. Long time no see, Dirk, actually. Dirk in the house. Dirk Kite. I try to support as many as I can, as long as they all are LFC stream. Yeah, Helen, I see you on loads of streams. Doug, I see you on Jack Mack, Connors, Cop Council, Redmond TV, you're always on that as well. Don't know whether you'd be on the Anfield Rap sites and stuff, but wow. You must have some time in your hands to do that. I just wouldn't have the bloody time. I wouldn't have the time. But as I say, there's so many good channels out there. So many. And there's another good channel, Leicester City fan channel, Lee Chappie. Very good channel as well. It's a Leicester City fan channel, but I'd be on that at the odd time. Very good. Absolutely. Mark Forrest as well does the same. Cedric does the same. You all do the same. I do see you in the Redmen TV streams. I do see you all in the Redmen in the comment sections and stuff. I mean, Chris Pajak was on this recently, and he was telling me he knew everybody in the stream, everybody that was coming in. He knew everybody. He knew everybody in the stream by name. He'd go, and here's Helen, there's Mark Forrest, he knew everybody. If we don't make top 4, it's been a disaster. I never thought I'd be saying that at the start, says Eamon Kelly. Neither did I, Eamon. Neither did anybody. I was saying, you can look back at the podcasts a week before, we just signed Jota, we just signed Thiago. I was saying it was ours to lose. It was our season. It was our league to lose. It was ours to lose. Well, it was us, the City, to be fair, but the drop-off. This has been a nightmare. It's Twilight Zone. Absolutely Twilight Zone. It would cap it off with a loss against United the weekend. It really would. It would cap off a disaster. Listen, you don't have to agree with anything anybody says in the stream. It's an opinion. That's the whole idea. I mean, if you agree with it all the time, that's fine. But most of the time you won't. Especially people that speak their mind. That's the stream I want to watch. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be reading off a hymn sheet like the match of the day, the BBC match of the day, where they won't say boo or won't say the wrong thing. You want to watch a stream that, okay, bit of fun, bit of crack, bit of joking, but serious as well at times, bit of both mixed in. And that's what I try to do, to be honest. Just try to be normal type stuff, nothing fake. And we know there's a few fake channels out there. Top 4 is a distant view, I think. Distant memory, says Helen. It's looking that way. I mean, even if we beat United, it'd be great. It'd be lovely fan base-wise. And even won our last 4 after that. Slim chance. Even then, even to win the 15 points, it's going to be slim. I think the 2 draws have killed us, the Leeds and Newcastle. That would be an extra 4 points. Impetus going into the United game. But 2-1-1s killed us. Absolutely killed us. Liverpool just really do have the best fans wherever. I love this club, says John. John, that's exactly why. I mean, people saying FSG out, FSG in. Realistically, the owners doesn't bother me. I want what's best for the club. I even want what's best for the city of Liverpool. But I want what's best for the club. I'm following them since the 80s. I've seen owners come and go. I've seen players come and go. I've seen managers come and go. You know what I mean? It's the club that stayed there. The club has stayed constant. The ground, Anfield, has stayed constant. Players come and go. Managers come and go. Owners come and go. It won't stop me loving Liverpool. That's just the way it is. I just pop in if I have time for my sanity, says Cedric Lopez. We love you popping in, Cedric. Pop in anytime, baby. And tell your LFC friends too. Hit the like button. Share the stream. This means more. Totally agree, Dave. I mean, I could never do the streams myself. It's too difficult for me to fathom. I start doing this in, August 2018 for Liverpool Football Talk. I don't know if you know Sean in Canada. Another great Liverpool channel. Liverpool Football Talk. Check that out. And I did a few vlogs for him for a month or two, and I'm quite good at talking. And of course, I know a lot about Liverpool. And I decided, listen, I'm going to have a little chat myself, set it up. So my name is Dave. LFC's the club, and I do chat. So then I said, Dave's LFC Chats. Sounds good. We'll use that name. And then the rest is history. Listen, it's 1,500 subs. It's a bit of crack. I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of even the likes of James Pearce, Paul Gorst, Thomas Gronmark, Liverpool Throne coach. Hopefully John Octoberg, do something with him in the summer. Liverpool goalkeeping coach. A few famous people. hopefully to come in soon as well. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's just a bit of crack for me. It's a bit of fun. That's what it is. And as long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it. But you need people in. The more people, the better. The more comments, the better. Malen can play attacking forward or striker. He's 23. Dutch international. Scored lots of goals. 25 in all competitions. Liverpool are keen. He sounds like an FSG Liverpool signing, actually, Delwyn. We keep our eyes on Mr. Malen. Absolutely. There's nothing much on television. I don't watch TV really anyway, to be fair. Don't watch it. Documentaries maybe, YouTube, that's about it. Don't even really watch TV. Why weren't you following Liverpool in the 70s? I was only 7. I don't know what I was doing with it. 70 in 1980. Became, do you know what? Actually, from, was it Spania, Mexico 86. The year before, about 85. So Mexico 86 was the first big World Cup that I got interested in. Mexico 86. I was 12 or 13. And I always remember Mexico 86, collecting the stickers in the Panini, the Panini, the book, you collect the stickers. I remember Spania 82. But Mexico 86 was the big one. And it just took off from there. Start playing football out on the road and down the park, joined the football team. And that was it, mate. And Liverpool, of course, were brilliant then. Mid-80s, weren't they? If the fans have some ownership, they have to reach some sort of consensus on everything, which is hard with all the opinions. But I think it would be good. You're talking about the 50-plus ownership. I don't know whether that works in the Premier League, to be fair. I can't see it anytime soon. Could happen maybe 10 years, but I can't see it next year or two. Or World Club's there 2024. Just cannot see it, my friends. Similar, like Jota, says Delwyn. Wow, I'd take that. I would absolutely take that. I was a Liverpool fan when Highway was playing. You're older than me. You're an old man, Alan. You're in your 50s, baby. That's the difference. Do you know what's great as well? In the comments, you get guys meeting other guys like this. Delwyn's talking to Seamus, you know what I mean? But as I say, you guys pop in and out of all the streams, like the Redman TV, even LFC TV or LFC on YouTube, Redmen, Anfield Rap, Connors, Dougs, you know, Jack Mack LFC, all those guys, Yanks of the Cop, Coppish, other great channels, Yanks of the Cop and Coppish, of course. You've Callum Drifty and Matt. James Redmond as well. He's come on the scene as well. He's doing really well. So spoiled for bloody choice. Absolutely spoiled for choice. You're giving away your age now, Alan. But yeah, I would like the 51 plus, but would never work these days. There's just too much money in football. John, that's it. I can't see the 51 plus, the 51% plus when you have ownership of the club. I just can't see it. I know it works in Germany, but it's a different league. Get out of that garden, Cesar. I'm actually not in the garden, but anyway. We stay on for the hour. We give it the hour. Come at the hour. Come at the man. What have you got? 11 or 12 minutes. Give it the hour, and then I'm out of here. As I said, there'll be a lot more pods for the build-up for the big one. United Liverpool. Possibly tomorrow night. I'll probably have Keith on, one or two others. Another one possibly Friday. Possibly even another one Saturday, because it's such a big game against United. 2:30 kickoff. Weird time on Sunday. It's bank holiday weekend. May bank holiday. So I'm looking forward to a few Peroni, baby. 2 Peronis. Hi, Dave. No player FSG bring in will change my mind on them. Being a fan since Rush and Bobby, says Jagster. I could see your FSG out, obviously. But, well, what? Okay, here we go. For the last 10 minutes, okay, last 10 or 11 minutes. All the FSG outers who want FSG out this summer, do you want them gone? Put a thumbs up. All the FSG outers who want FSG out, put a thumbs up in the comment. You want them out, or just say FSG out. because I'm going to be asking you who you want in. Miami's in the house. Miami. Wow, that sounds lovely and sunny. Hi, mate. Do you know any of the lads from LFC Day Trippers? I do. I know a few of them. I haven't done that with them in a long time. I did a video with Grizz Can just before Christmas, but I did a few videos. Not much in a long time, to be fair. I do know who they are, though. They're from Dublin, not far away from me. South Dublin. I'm North Dublin, so they're not far away. But I do know them. I know a lot of people, actually. John Moore, best ever MJ song or memory you have? Michael Jackson, I presume you're talking about. MJ? Yeah, MJ, of course. I was at his 3 concerts in Ireland, in Dublin. In Ireland. He played in Cork in 1988. I went to that. I was only young. I was like 15. Wow, that was a dream. The Bad Tour, 92 and 96 in Dublin. So 3 tours. Wow. Famous song, Mane in the Mirror. John Moore is thumbs up. He wants FSG out. Jagster, we know, is FSG out. Better the devil, you know. Keep FSG, says Miami. That's my thinking as well. Seamus Moore wants them out. Mark Forrest sitting on the fence, baby. Sitting. Helen, what do you think? FSG in? FSG out? Better the devil, you know. Miami Vice, you're on the button. I used to love Miami Vice from the 80s, of course. Crockett and Tubbs. What's your best boys on gig? Never had a boys on gig, actually. But Smooth Criminal, Scream with his sister Janet was a good song, yeah. Man in the Mirror, though. Even the earlier stuff, some of the earlier Off the Wall album was She's Out of My Life, and wow, some great stuff. Even some of the Jackson 5 stuff was brilliant. FSG are on a tightrope for me. Let's see how they do next. Exactly, Eamon. It'd be better to talk about FSG in August or the end of the transfer window in September, and then you could go, "What do you think of FSG now?" Because they might pull something out of the bag, you know. So, best song ever, mate. DIC. They have tried to DIC. Yeah, best song ever, mate. Yeah, I presume he's talking about Man in the Mirror. Yeah, see, DIC, right? Let's talk about DIC. DIC are that Saudi group, okay? They're oil merchants with a bad human rights record. We know all about it. They're even worse than Sheikh Mansour. Let's be fair, guys. It's not going to happen. It's not. I can't see it. I can't see it. I just can't see that. And I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like to see it either. You and Keith Duffy can do a duet. Maybe in the future. Maybe. That's possible. As much as FSG have done for the club, they have let the fans down more than once, but I don't want oil money owners to come into the club either. Seamus Moore, hit it on the head, baby. Hit it on the head. I don't want to see them come in either. Is absolutely right. Better the devil, you know. Let's see what FSG do in the summer. Then we can rate them in the summer. They've done okay up to now. They've made mistakes, big mistakes, especially in the last few weeks. But I still don't think, you've got to be careful, guys. You've got to be careful who you bring in. You could bring in another Hicks and Gillette. You could bring in City's owners. You could bring in Chelsea's owner. He's sitting in the Mediterranean on a boat. Come on. You got to be careful. Let's see the moonwalk. Actually, I've a Liverpool. It was a long time since I've done the moonwalk. A long time, Cedric. I used to do it, though. I used to do it maybe 20 years ago. I want the club run by fans, says Jagster. I can't see it. Not in the near future. Anyway, it's possible. Maybe in 10 years' time. At the moment, can't see it. But who else can afford to buy the club? FSG have made too many mistakes. Who else can? Yeah, but is that what you want, John? It's not who else can afford them. Is that what you want? Exactly. We're talking billions. It's 3 billion. The bid was 3 billion. I think they wanted 4 or something. So who has 3 or 4 billion in their back pocket? I think that Spotify guy is thinking of buying Arsenal, by the way. But I think he's an Arsenal fan. You want a fan buying the club. If you can get a fan that's a billionaire, if you know any fans that are billionaires, that would be the ideal. Because then you would say they have the club at heart, but it's still a business. No one comes into a club with 3 billion just to play around. 3 billion or 4 billion, whatever it is. No, it's not. It's usually a long-term thing. I don't think FSG will walk away just yet. I just can't see it. It's just too big of a venture for them. Just too big of a venture. And they'll try turn it around and prove they were right, maybe, and try for success next year. That's what they'll try to do. Bring in 2 or 3 players, get ready to rock and roll, and go again. And that's what I'm hoping happens next year, because this year's been an absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. Get the last few comments in, guys. We give it another 5-10 minutes, because that'd be the hour, and that'd be enough, I suppose. As I say, it's going to be a lot more podcasts between now and Sunday, the big one, United Liverpool. We concentrate more on the game itself. But 5 games to go. This is the big one against United. I do not want to lose against these. Do not want to lose against these. Absolutely not. FSG will think of selling when Klopp's contract expires, methinks 2024. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The likes of Red Bull Capital coming in, maybe they'll want to take 51% of the club by then. Every year by 20, 15%, build it up. In the next 3 years, have the ownership. Possibly. I don't know. Looking for buyers. Arsenal turned down a Spotify guy, I think. Oh, they turned him down. He must have changed his tune. They certainly changed their tune. But Cedric Lopez, yeah, I thought that was a lot of money again. What I think will happen is that new investment group will just keep buying more of the club till they own. That's what I'm talking about, John. That's what I think. I said it last week when this Super European League thing came out, that they obviously knew about it, because this has been in the works for about a year. And they come in and bought, 10% for 530 million? And they're probably saying, right, we'll buy another 10% next year, or maybe even 20%. Build. Get 51, you have to take control and stake next 3-4 years. That's possibly what they'll do. Maybe. Another 3 years of Klopp, so I don't know whether FSG will be still there. Well, who knows? Tom Conley in the house. How are you, Tom? Hopefully you are well. Do you know what? Something that's reminded me there. Mark Forrest might remember this guy. He used to come into the streams up to about a year ago. Nigel, his name was. Nigel. Nigel. I haven't heard from Nigel. He used to always comment, send a comment, come into the streams. I haven't heard from Nigel in well over a year. Hope he's okay. Or maybe if anybody's seen him on other streams, maybe he just doesn't come into these streams anymore. Mark Forrest, if you remember him. Nigel. Do you think Man U have our number, as we rarely win and haven't beaten them too often at Anfield? Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. We seem to freeze when we play Man United, and I don't know why. Because they're not as good as what, they're not a great Man United side. They're certainly not a great one. They're a decent side, but they're not a great side. No, I haven't seen him, says Mark. Yeah. I was just thinking the other day, I was looking back at some old podcasts and stuff, going well over a year ago. His name used to always come up. Nigel. I hope he was okay, but wow. If anybody knows, let me know. But can you see the new guy going to Arsenal and watch their games? I don't know. Spotify guy. If he changes his tune, he might. No, I haven't seen him, says Mark. Yeah. That's. I haven't seen him anywhere. He used to come into Jack Max. He used to come in here. He used to go into Sean LFC, Sean Football Talk. So I haven't seen Nigel unless he changed his name, maybe. Do you think Klopp even trusts the owners? What they did to Doherty on him? He'll trust them if he gives them 3 names that he wants in the summer and he gets them. I keep telling you, as the title of this video is, it's a big summer for FSG. This is a huge summer for FSG. And they've got to deliver. That's it. But what are we an hour in, guys? I'm not going to stay on much longer. It's great having you in. Helen, John Moore, Mark Forrest, Miami, Tom Conley, Seamus Moore, FSG out, Jegster, Eamon's always in, Cedric, Alan Arkins. You guys are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Where aren't you guys? Zachary, Leahy. Where aren't you guys in? Delwyn Jones. There is no stream. It's simple as that. Hogan, Alex was in earlier. Alex Hogan. As I say, guys, keep your eyes open, keep your notifications on. 2 or 3 videos, podcasts, whatever you want to say, will be incoming in the next 2 or 3 days because, of course, the big one, United Liverpool Sunday. A bit apprehensive about that game, to be fair. We cannot afford to lose that game. This season has been bad. It could get very, very bad with a loss against United, so I cannot even think of that. So early out. I'm off to watch the second half of the PSG game. Are you doing a stream Sunday, Dave? I don't know. I doubt it, to be fair. I doubt it. Love your lives, Dave. John Moore, it's great having you in. Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. Do you listen to Off the Ball on News Talk? Says Miami. I do, actually. Every now and again. News Talk is a great radio channel. Not much off the ball, but I do listen to News Talk all day. I am broken-hearted, following the Reds since 1971. Hate the way the club is run, says Lar Del Hunty. Yeah, Lar. I mean, you've obviously seen it through thick and thin. If you're following them since 71, you've seen the glories of the 70s and 80s. You've seen the backward steps of the 90s and the noughties. Some ups and downs, of course, the 05 Champions League win and the FA Cup in 06. And, we've had a few good times. But the Klopp era in the last 3 years has been unbelievable. We'll be back, guys. We will be back. Get Garrett Roberts on again, Dave. Garrett's top notch, of course. The Anfield rap, check them out. We all know they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. Here's another guy who's brilliant from the Cop Out podcast, Mick Moran. Mick Moran in the house. How are you, Mick? You can pop on for 5 if you're available. Give a thumbs up. Give me your idea and chat about FSG. Your twopence worth about FSG if you want. If not, you can come on tomorrow or Friday night. Talk about the United game if you want, Mick. But if you want to pop in, you can pop in for 5 or 10. Garrett Roberts, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All clubs are run like corporations. I mean, yeah, they absolutely are run like corporations. Unfortunately, guys, it's a business. It's a business. King Kenny, says Cedric. Mick Moran free tomorrow. Yeah, Mick, I'll get you on tomorrow if you're free. No problem. In around 8, probably 8, half 8. Probably Keith will be with me as well. Mick Moran, check out the Cop Out podcast. Top notch content, guys. As I say, you're spoiled for choice. Yanks of the Cop, the Copish, Cop Out podcast, Dave's LFC chats, Jack Mac LFC, Cop Council, Doug Football channel, Doug Out Football channel. I'm trying to remember now. There's so many good channels. Absolutely top notch. Anfield Rap, Redmen TV. How can you go wrong, guys? Liverpool Football Talk, Sean in Canada, of course. It's been great. It's been emotional. Stay safe. As I say, tomorrow night live again, probably about half 8. Mick is going to pop in with me and Keith. We'll chat about the United game as well. Whatever we can chat about. If we have you guys in, get your comments, share the stream, hit the like button. That's what it's all about. It helps the show, helps the algorithms. Stay safe. I'll talk to you soon. Big game Sunday, boys and girls. Let's go.